My name is Katie Barella, and I'm doing my funny persuasive speech over bad decisions. What would happen if Rosa Parks never gave up her seat? Or Ross and Rachel never got drunk and eloped in Vegas? Or Kylie Jenner never got lip injections? Plenty of stories that have made history have started with someone making a bad decision. Not all bad decisions can turn for the worse, though. In this speech, I will introduce two instances that started as a bad decision and ended up for the better. First and foremost, most bad decisions turn out to be for the better, which leads to a bad decision. But if no one ever made a bad decision, would anyone have a funny story to tell? Like I've said before, Ross and Rachel eloped in Vegas after a few too many drinks. This may seem like a horrible situation to be in with anyone, but these two will of course end up being together forever. Sometimes a gut feeling can be the best thing that happens to you. A gut feeling usually makes a person make a risky move. Playing on the safe side usually will get you nowhere, but on the boring side of the fence. In my own experience, I once took a risk to sneak out of my house with a few friends at night, and even though we got caught, it turned out to be one of the best nights of my life. A child that never takes risks will never learn from their mistakes. Another example of a bad decision gone rogue would be the heroic story of Rosa Parks refusing to give up her bus seat to a white man. In this moment, this probably seemed like a horrible idea that she would get severely punished for in return. But what turned out to be was the start of a new era of the Black Rights Movement that changed the world forever. I think that everyone could take something from the story of Rosa Parks, that lying down like a wounded dog all the time will not work forever. Sometimes that gut feeling must be pursued into following into a bad decision. Rosa made a risky decision that looked like it had a bad outcome and changed the world with it. Not all decisions are bad, and not all bad decisions turn into funny stories. A kid will never learn if you tell him, "Don't touch the fire," and he doesn't. He will probably look at it, poke it with other things, and eventually end up touching it if he is curious enough. What is important is that by making this bad decision, the kid will learn from it. He will never touch another fire again. In conclusion, bad decisions have such a negative connotation surrounding them, and they are not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Someone once said, "I'd rather live a life of oh wells than a life of what ifs." Taking that leap of faith into the unknown abyss does not always turn out to be a good or a bad thing. Like in the instance of Ross and Rachel, and it could be one of the best things you ever do. In fact, if everyone always made good decisions, no one would ever have a funny story to tell. Thank you.